You know what? I was just on the phone with an inventor
Hmm.
and loved talking to them,
Yeah.
but I couldn't believe the level of confusion that there was out there. I feel like, haven't April and I been talking about this for over a year? I mean, sometimes I feel like we say the same things over and over again. And then I have a meeting with somebody. I'm like, well, I guess we should say the same things over and over again because we're just not communicating. The messaging is not reaching the audience the
Hmm.
way they're ready to receive it.
Right.
Right? Like,
Right.
I feel like sometimes you can talk to somebody and you can say, listen, I don't know about that. Wouldn't be something I would do, whatever.
Right.
And
Right.
you're kind of just like saying, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you what I would do.
Hmm.
And they're like, well, he didn't say I couldn't do this. And then they go do that thing. And you're like, all right, well, now that you've done it, um, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
those things is just, I think not we, but we as inventors
Right.
spend too much time overcoming our imposter syndrome and selling ourselves and talking about why we have the background to make this item, and
Okay.
not enough time talking about the item, what's great about the item, the
Right.
really unique points of difference about the item, the things that are just so cool about the item. Like, I do love it that your three kids came up with this idea and love this idea, and then you made it, and you're a school teacher, homeowner, I don't know, person who raises dragons. Love all that. That's exciting. But what I really want to know is, what's the game? What are the ages? How long does it take to play? How do you win?
Right.
What are the unique moments in the game?
Hmm.
Why is this game different? Don't tell me that this game is like this other game.
Right.
That other game's out.
That doesn't help any at all.
What's different? Don't
Right.
even tell me what it's like. Just tell me what's cool, right?
Hmm.
And I know, like, we've basically walked away from sell sheets, but I used to love sell sheets because it made me form, like, really think about everything and form my thoughts
Hmm.
in a cohesive way from top to bottom. It was
Yeah.
just like the cliff notes about what's great about my game. And
Yeah.
if I couldn't pitch a product, but I could read a sell sheet,
You just go through it. Yeah.
yeah,
Top to bottom. Yeah. You just go through. Who's it for? How long does it take to play? What
yeah,
ages? How many people?
yeah. The
The
bullet
highlight.
points that are cool,
Yes. And it should be
the
so simple,
content.
like how to play, right? Steps one, two, three, maybe four, maybe five, but very, very simple. And it's a
Yeah.
good photo or a good photo.
And let's
Um,
please tell them how you win. How do you end the game? How do you win? What's the big moment?
yes.
You draw a card, you do this thing. You draw a card, you do this thing. You draw a card, you do this thing. You draw a card, you do this. When does it end?
I
Like,
remember I remember in our early mentor mentee days when you're like, this feels more like a chore than fun.
such kind words. That has got to be my hallmark. It's just brutal honesty. And then later I reflect on it and I say, I could have said that in a nicer way.
Oh, it was funny, and it really made me think, like, why is this enjoyable? Why is this fun? Like, would other people think this is fun, or we just do going through the steps, like you said, pull a card, roll a dice, move a thing, pull a card, move a dice, like that's a chore. Like, that's what is exciting about that. Like, in games like that, I mean, I have a game that you roll dice, you move it like I do, but then there's more to it, right? There's this you have this end goal, and there's a little strategy, and you've got to really think, right? but
Yeah.
but it needs to be more than a chore, and just your typical roll pull a card. Like, what is, like you said, what is different? What is the use of mechanics and how you tied in something unique into a game like this that doesn't really, you haven't seen before, maybe doesn't happen, and you pulled like mechanics from other sorts of games or game categories and somehow put them into this game, right? Like,
Yes. I want the wow moment.
mhm.
There used to be this old saying in when I was doing advertising. It was like, don't sell the steak, sell the sizzle.
Yeah,
Everybody has steak. What's cool
right.
about your darn steak? And it's that wow moment. It's like, oh, look at that. That's I've never seen that before.
Right. Like, look at that steak. It's got perfect cross marks on it. What?
Yeah,
You have
they don't show
perfect
you
cross.
raw steak in a TV commercial. They show you that sizzling, smoking, grill marked piece of just like
Yeah.
for all
Yeah.
you vegetarians out there, apologies. But I'm just talking about advertising. Like sell the sizzle, people.
Right.
Oh
Right.
my
Right.
goodness.
Yeah. I think that's the hard part. And I know that, as a coach for several years too, and then just me when I started, we wanted inventors tend to want to tell the backstory. And unless someone asks you for a quick background because they just met you, go in all in about your game. Like you can say, "Hey, it's great to meet you. I might spend 2 minutes saying, "Oh, just to let you know, blah 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 about me. I'm so happy to be here," and then I go in. But don't spend half of your time talking about how you got to what you're going to show them today.
Right? If it takes you 5 to 7 minutes to pitch a game and you have 30 minutes, you can only pitch 4 games. And if you
Mhm.
spend 10 minutes on a backstory like somebody just did to me, and they weren't even pitching me games, I was like, I got 20 minutes, let's go. And half the time they spent telling me about all this other stuff. And I was like, that's cool. What's the game?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I had asked them to meet me like it was a pitch event and just start it like a pitch.
Yeah.
They started it this way. And I was like, I love you, but no.
Right. Well, and you got to make the best use out of your time always, whether you're at a pitch event, whether you're on an email. If they have to read through this much information before they get to your link of your sizzle video,
Oh,
you you might
sizzle
even
first.
you might lose that.
Sell the sizzle.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So as a
Just start at the
recap,
top. Here's my new thing. I'm
okay.
not doing this yet, but I'm going to start doing this tomorrow. At the top, put TLDR. Too long, didn't read. Colon. Boom. Summary. Sizzle video. And then you can tell me your story.
Oh, that's too funny.
But I just want the TLDR, people. The
Yeah.
bullet point.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, that makes
Gender
sense.
relations people too. They just want the TLDR.
Right.
They don't
Right.
want to miss anything, but they can't spend all day on your thing.
I will say a lot of companies like it when you have 2 to 3 sentences about your game and then the sizzle below it. So I have been doing that more and more of like, who's it for, right? Blah 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 with the game name and tagline, is for ages 12 plus, 3 to 6 players, da 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 da, the goal of the game or the main thing, the main thing about
Wow
the game,
moment.
right? And then the sizzle. So I think that's really great too. And it's then broken down and they can go right to I bold the name so they can
Yeah.
be like, oh wait, that's the one that we like the best on the pitch, and they go right to it or whatever. But
Yeah.
we
Let's do
definitely need to get to the point and showcase, highlight the main differences, what stands out, the key points, components, all of those things to really put your best foot forward.
Yeah. You heard it. April said it. We'll say it again because
Another few months. Another few months. We'll do it again.
see you guys at New York Toy Fair. Good luck. All right.
Bye.
Bye.